2018 Audi A5 Sportback car review. Audi won't quite concur that the new A5 Sportback is coming to the US market. But trust us, it's going to. And when it will, it's going to continue the effort begun because of the grander A7, redeeming the hatchback inside eyes of Americans. That's why we have got behind the wheel on this sleek variant with the A4 sedan on its German home turf. The good points of 2018 Audi A5 Sportback: sleek looks, powertrain feels higher than 4 cylinders, high-tech interior. The bad points of 2018 Audi A5 Sportback: not yet officially confirmed to the US. Likely more costly than the sedan. The Sportback is 1.6 inches lagging in overall height versus the A4, but all dimensions are in a fraction from the regular sedans. Mechanically, the cars are the same, which suggests the Sportback is powered with a 2.0-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder rated at 252 horsepower and 273 lb-ft of torque. The same in principle as in all A4's other versus the Ultra. This engine is much more than sufficient. It's so powerful so it renders the upmarket S5 Sportback in extravagance, so we predict it is going to hurl this hatchback to 60 miles per hour in 5.3 seconds and so on to a top speed on a 130 miles per hour, mated to some 7-speed dual-clutch automatic. This long-stroke 2.0-liter is usually a surprisingly eager and playful companion. It seems like a much larger engine, without any turbo lag, as well as the engine note is sufficiently sporty and aggressive. There are 6-cylinder engines available that sound much less enticing than this boosted 4. The A5 Sportback's 7-speed dual-clutch gearbox features its own character that differs from exactly what a conventional, torque converter automatic. The torque multiplication during launches from the stop is missing, yet it's supremely responsive from the 50 to 70 mph range. The gearbox might be manipulated with shift paddles, but drivers soon will notice which it generally does everything right when left to its own devices. Audi keeps improving this transmission. Previously, we found the sport setting as a bit too extreme, but here it's all too easy to live with. We've praised Audi's MLB chassis before. It yields a vehicle that is light, precise, and graceful traveling. The steering just isn't artificially heavy, and also the limits of adhesion are high, while using various electronic helpers discreetly accommodating keep the handling near neutral. As introduced with the European market, the A5 Sportback doesn't yet have Audi's Quattro with Ultra system, which does away together with the center differential and decouples a corner drive shaft to boost fuel economy. That system continues to be deployed about the A4 Allroad, but we presume it'll be described as a while before it migrates into your A5 Sportback. The current Quattro setup, that's fully engaged always and defaults to some 4060 front-rear torque split, works in perfect harmony using this car. The interior is virtually just like those of the revolutionary A4 sedan and A5 coupe, and that's the best thing. It's a radical departure in the homely look in the last-gen models, and Audi's Virtual Cockpit TFSI screen instrument cluster is especially futuristic. The interior also hits the potential in content, ergonomics, and design. What's obviously different compared together with the A4 will be the big hatch at the trunk, that makes the cargo hold easier accessible. It also may be expanded from 17 to 46 cubic feet together with the rear seats folded. But the A5 Sportback is actually all about looks. While virtually identical to the A4 mechanically, it presents a fashionable alternative to the familiar proportions of your sedan. In Europe, the newest Sportback continues to be criticized for looking an excessive amount like its predecessor. That's not really a concern inside US, and then there was no predecessor. And anyway, the look is beautiful. Like the A7 before it, the A5 Sportback should continue the redemption in the hatchback within the United States. When it lets you do, pricing must be virtually just like the A5 coupes, starting at about $44,000.